Very good morning to one and all. Today in this video, we are going to discuss about the second half of the chapter number 3, that is synthetic fiber and plastic. So in this video, we are going to discuss about plastics. Plastic is a polymer like synthetic fiber, which can be molded into different shapes. Basically, the plastic word originates from the Greek word plastikos, which means that can be molded or shaped. Plastic polymers can have different types of arrangement of monomers. Like here we see some type of polymers. First is linear polymer. Linear polymer, here you are seeing there is only one thread like structure in which many monomers are joined together, so this is a linear polymer. Next is branched polymer. We have some branching that are coming out from that linear chain. Next is cross-linked polymers. Cross-linked polymers, here the new branches will join together to form a net type of structure. And last is network polymer. Here many polymers join together irregularly. So these are the polymers. Now we'll talk about the types of plastics. Here we are seeing that we have two types of plastics mainly. First is thermoplastic and another is thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastics. Basically, the polymers, the arrangement of polymers in the both type of plastics are different. In thermoplastics, we have linear uh, polymers like here we are seeing in this, and in thermosetting polymers, we have cross-linked polymers like here we are seeing. So thermosetting polymers are the polymers which we can bend easily or we can deform. We can give any kind of shape to them on heating. Suppose if we want to give a shape of any toy, so we just heat it and mold it in any type of a toy. So these type of plastics are called thermoplastics. For example, PVC, polyvinyl chloride, or polythene. Uh, these polymers are used for making toys, bottles, combs, containers, etc. We can recycle them. It means next is thermosetting plastics. Just like the name is saying, setting. Thermo means heat and setting. So we cannot change their shape on heating. We cannot mold them. So such plastics which when molded once cannot be softened or deformed by heating. It means we cannot give any other shape by heating them. So these types of plastics are called thermosetting plastics. For example, bakelite or melamine. These types of plastics are mainly used in making hardboards, electric switches, handles of electrical appliances, handles of kitchen utensils, floor tiles, etc. Next, we just study about the characteristics of plastics. Plastics are non-reactive, means that they do not react to any chemicals, to any water, something like this. So we can say that they are non-reactive. For example, in any laboratory, we store chemicals in plastic bottles. It means that they do not react with that. That chemical do not react with the plastics. So plastics are non-reactive. Due to this property, they are used in making containers, water tanks, water bottles, plastic pipes, taps, chairs, etc. Second is plastics are light, strong, and durable. Like plastics, plastics are very light in weight. Suppose if you are having a chair of wood and you are having a chair of plastic, so that plastic chair is very light in weight, and they are very durable also. They are cheap, not that much expensive. They are very strong. We can mold them into different shapes and sizes. Due to this property, plastics are in very much in need. We can use plastics in various purposes like pencil box, polythene bags, water bottles, umbrellas, furnitures, and many other things. And the third is plastics are the poor conductor of heat and electricity. This is the most important property characteristic of a plastic. Like you know that we have suppose if there was a screwdriver. So the head of that screwdriver have a plastic coating that is something green in color, black in color. So that is a plastic, and it does not conduct any kind of electricity. The handles of cookers and any pan is made up of plastic, because if the pan conducts the heat but the handle of that pan, the handle of that cooker does not conduct heat, so it means the handles are made up of plastic, so they are bad conductor of heat. So we can say that they are the poor conductor or bad conductor of heat and electricity. Now next are some uses of plastics in various fields. Plastics finds extensive use in the healthcare industry, like plastics are used for making tablets, threads used for stitching wounds, syringes, doctor gloves, and a number of medical instruments. Special plastic cookwares is used in microwave ovens for cooking food without affecting the plastic vessel. Teflon, the most important of all, is used for making non-stick cookwares, and other is fireproof plastics. We know that synthetic fibers catches fire easily, so a fireman wears the clothes something made up of plastic, which help him to save him from the fire. So that coating is made up of melamine, and that melamine is a type of thermosetting plastic. Now we have two types of substances. We know that one is biodegradable and other is non-biodegradable. Biodegradable, a substance which can decompose itself through natural processes, such as by the action of bacteria. For example, peels of vegetables, food stuff, paper, clothes, cotton, something like this. They can be decomposed themselves naturally, so they are called biodegradable substances. But there are some substances which do not get easily decomposed. They take many years to get decomposed, or they even do not decompose. So that substances are known as non-biodegradable substances. For example, plastics, tin, aluminium, etc. Now plastic and the environment. Plastic, as we know that it is non-biodegradable, it takes many years to get decomposed or either do not get decomposed. Due to non-biodegradable property of plastics, it is a major problem for the environment. Nowadays plastic is very popular and used in many purposes. As a result, we generate a large amount of plastic waste. Since plastic has non-biodegradable properties, so plastic waste is getting accumulated in the environment. It causes environmental pollution, whether it is a water pollution, air pollution, land pollution, it causes environmental pollution. So accumulating plastics is a major concern as it does not get completely burnt easily. In the process, it releases a lot of poisonous fumes in the atmosphere, so it causes air pollution. So what we have to do? What are our responsibilities? That how can we prevent it? We should avoid the use of plastic things as far as possible. We do not throw plastic bags in the water bodies or on the roads. The biodegradable and the non-biodegradable waste should be collected separately and disposed of separately. So by these things we can prevent the environment from getting polluted. Now we can deal with plastics waste by using the 3R principle. First is reduce, second is reuse, and the third one is recycle. In reduce, we can reduce the use of plastics. For example, we should carry any cloth or jute bag for purchasing anything instead of using a plastic bag. In reuse, we should reuse some plastic things and containers in our homes and offices. For example, empty plastic bottles and containers should be kept for other items, for keeping some sugar, some pulses in the kitchen and homes. We can recycle them, as we know that thermoplastics can be recycled. So Items made of thermosetting plastics should be sent for recycling industries, for example, toys, buckets, mugs, etc. So, by using these 3R principle, we can deal with that plastic waste. So, this is all about plastics. I hope that you all understand about the plastics, its hazards, how we can prevent it. So, thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.